Typical graphic skills with creativity.
Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when we post new videos.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the graphic design training. I believe we're doing great this morning. Are you a beginning graphic designer eager to get your graphic business off the ground? Kindly follow me as I'm going to show you the 13 easiest way on how you can start your graphic business. Without wasting much of our time, let's get started. The first steps is to consider your level of motivation. Consider your level of motivation. What do I mean by this? As we all know that motivation and commitment are very important when it comes to creating your own successful business. So I would like you to ask yourself, are you motivated enough? Or are you really committed? If you are motivated enough or you are really committed, I know the question sounds rhetorical. But let's assume your answer is yes. You've already got one of the hardest parts done and dusted. Many people struggle with making their businesses successful, and some try all their possible best in making their business a success because they lack the commitment and do not put all of their energy and determination behind it. But if you are thinking of starting your own graphic design business, or simply because you've landed some new client lately, think again, please. That should not be the only reason to devote your time and money towards start up a business. Because starting up a business is hard. Based on my experience, you will struggle, and without proper motivation, you may be tempted to throw in the towel when the going gets tough. There will be times, which I know, when things will be difficult. Client will move to your competitor. There may be times when you struggle to find work. You won't be making big bucks straight away. But believe me, it will be your motivation and wish to succeed that will keep you going. And if you are not motivated enough, it won't take you more than a few months for doubt to creep in. However, if you are highly self-motivated, this is all you need to move forward. If you have a passion for graphic design, this will take you a long way with your business. Start your own graphic design business. We have a lot of things to consider here. And all this motivation and self-commitment will help you along a long way to achieve your aim and objectives. Now let's check in. Number 2. Understand your skills. Yeah, graphic design is a very broad industry, as we all know. There are a lot of avenues to explore. So if you want to start your own graphic design business, you need to understand your skill level. You don't need to rush. You don't need to move in when you know you are not capable. You also need to figure out exactly what your prospective client expects from a graphic designer. There is a chance you are not yet aware of from these services that are in demand. According to some of the leading graphic design companies, clients usually have the following requirements: brand strategy, logo designing, web designing, social media designing, animation, typography, brochure designing, infographics, and poster designing. These are the things expected from the client at
Don't
time,
forget to
and
hit
these
the
are
subscribe
the
button and the
on
bell icon.
what a client usually requested from a graphic designer. If you have the thoughts, even half of the knowledge skills about this aforementioned point, you could be able to start up a graphic business and you can excel in it. According to the recent study, the current market for graphic design worth $15 billion in the United States alone. So logo designing and branding taking up about, if I can get it correctly, 3 billion of that market on its own. So beside your passion, you also need to consider the current market size and trends. So assess your skills and determine how you can enhance your profitability by utilizing and expanding on those skills. So becoming a graphic designer does not have to be done at school alone. Yes, in fact, if you follow the below steps, you will be well on your way to become a professional graphic designer. So in order to teach yourself graphic design business, you need to first of all understand the core principle of graphic design. You can see the course to this on my website www.decographic.com.ng. You need to ground yourself with the history of graphic design. The course is essential as well on my website. And you need to familiarize yourself with the graphic design process and solving problem creatively. Consider advanced study and development either online or at school. What do I mean by this? Let's check one after the other. When I said understand the core principle of graphic design have a layout principle which you need to follow. You can't just design haphazardly. You need to follow the grand principle. Ground yourself with the issue of graphic design. Yes, there is an history how the graphics emanated. There is an history how the graphics come into an existence. You need to understand this facts. You need to know, watch, learn from the experience. That is how you can explore as a graphic designer. When I say familiarize yourself with the graphic design process and solving problem creatively, as you are learning, you need to practice because the practice makes perfect. Even if you acquire the knowledge in the whole world concerning graphics and you do not put it into practice, you are what? You are not different from a novice. Consider advanced study and development. Yes, you need to diversify. Don't just base on one thing alone. Learn from here and there, and combine the skills. This is how you can move. This is how you can gain. This is how you can get updated about what is going around the world. Now, the next steps, you need to learn from professional graphic designer. Yes, experience really matters. At times, what you are struggling with, someone must have faced that particular issue. By you stick around the experienced designer, they will be able to put you through without going through what they went through, what they gone through during their process. Develop your proficiency, intuition, and flow. Yes, you need to do this. Your process really matter. Understanding really matter. You don't need to gamble. Even if you acquire the knowledge in the whole world, without you develop yourself, without you build yourself, without you create a policy, guideline, being creative in the knowledge you acquire, you will be nowhere to be found. You won't be relevant. You need to build this so as to be relevant in the graphics arena. You need to build yourself in such a way that you can stand out among your competitor. The next one, you need to put together a portfolio and blog and participate in professional design community. Majority
Don't
have been
forget
doing
to
that,
hit the
but we're doing
subscribe
it in the
button and the
wrong way.
bell
It's not
icon.
about watching the crowd. It's all about participating in what they are doing. Putting together, know the reason why people say something about design. Gather the knowledge from here and there. Use it to build yourself. Then you can see at the end of the day, the peak will be your starting point. And put together a portfolio. What do I mean? Portfolio has to do with you bring it together. All your work, best work, bring it together in a particular place for people to see the progress and your capability. And blog in the sense that you can go and set up your blog or website, which is well advisable. Use it as to build your portfolio where you can see your design and you can evaluate yourself. People can go there and see what you are capable of. Then the next one, diversify your skill set. Yes, and really markers. Don't just believe in what you know. They said a man who always thinks he has known everything is a man who needs to learn a lot. You can't just believe on the little you have, and see yourself on top of all. you look at yourself, you put yourself on top of the world. You are the one that need to learn and know more. Yes, nowadays, I discover from my own experience, many people don't want to learn anymore. As you do watch here and there, no mentor, no teacher, and they want to start a business, start a niche, and they want to succeed. You need to invest, you need to learn, you need to acquire knowledge. You can't just jump into what you don't have an in-depth knowledge about. Some during the training they want to end quickly, and that's why they couldn't succeed. As you are learning, you acquire the knowledge first before you put in your energy in solving people problem. Graphics is all about solving people problem. It's all about consultation. It's all about looking around the four block of a businesses, and you suggest with your own experience, you bring out an idea that can solve people problem. Without that, you can succeed. People believe in people in those that can solve their problem, that can take their business to the highest level. You need to get more skills, learn from different angles, being diversified so that at least you can be relevant in the society. Then the last one, find work as a freelance graphic designer. Yes, there is in many ways you can find many websites or many platforms where you can source yourself, source for a graphics, source for a freelance graphic design. Now, for instance, look at the Behance. Behance, you can go there, you source free pick are there, graphic families are there, pin interests are there, many sites as well are there where you can build a graphic. Fiverr are there where you can be source, turn yourself to a freelance and you make your money. Even Facebook, you can build a freelance on Facebook where if you know your way around, you can source yourself and you can build yourself as a freelance and you make your money. And believe me, the more you work for clients as a find a client, the more you are building yourself, the more you are building your portfolio, the more you are moving towards your success. You can be a YouTuber. I have many classes on, I have a complete class on how you can be a successful YouTuber based on my experience. Everything by combined together, everything gathered together is as a result of as a result of my experience, which you can learn from. If I could succeed, if I could move toward the success, you can at least achieve more than I do. Here are the third steps. You need to develop your skills in different areas. If you're an expert and at logo and a web design, but have a very little idea about infographic, well, in that case, you need to consider spending some time studying the market. You need to learn from experienced designer. These days, I can beat my chest that the demand for infographics is increasing dramatically. This is from my experience point of view. Graphic design companies are getting more orders for infographic than they ever did before. So you need to expand your horizon by enhancing your skills for these different services. The aim of the game is to become a one-stop solution for all the things your client might ask for, but also have a specialization in certain areas, such as demanding. So these are very, very necessary for you to be relevant in the society of graphic design. Yeah, number 4, develop your mission and vision. By now, you know what type of services you are going to offer your clients. So you have a good understanding of the graphic design industry, but you cannot just start anywhere. Graphic design is a highly competitive industry. You will first need to work on your company mission, long-term goals, and your vision. Once you have determined your primary mission, it will be much easier for you to develop your business strategy. Start thinking about what you would like to achieve and how are you going to make it happen. Are you hoping to secure at least 10 clients within the first 2 quarters? Then you will need to assess how many people you need to reach out to. Your marketing strategy is going to be dictated by your objective. Yes, you will need to develop not only plan A, but plan B, C, and even D in case your first attempt doesn't yield the expected result. You need to go for plan B, even plan C or plan D. Within this circle, you cannot fail. Having short and long-term goal is vital to assess your progress. When we're talking about the short-term goal, these are the plan you make within a short period of time. But the long time goal is something a plan you make which you can achieve within a short period, but you need to work along with it so as for you to be able to achieve it. You should check your progress. Evaluation really matter regularly and measure how far you are from where you want to be. Talking about monitoring and evaluation in graphic business, they are very, very essential. When we're talking about the monitoring, we're talking about the routine assessment because it's something you need to do every time so as to check whether your objective your activities are in line with your objectives. But talking about the evaluation, that has to do with periodic assessment. Something you do occasionally, interval. It could be 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days to checkmate what your activities are into or what is all about. Whether it is in line with your objectives or you already derail from your objectives. These are really matter. Let's check number 5. Number 5, talk about identify your potential clients. Yeah, at time determine your target market is one of the most important steps in starting your graphic design business. There are hundreds of different categories or segments you will need to consider. The question is, are you planning to offer your service to a large or medium corporate companies or small local business? Or will your clients be young women who are trying to establish their business in fashion design? So you need to determine your target market first. Then determine whether your current skills are going to be enough to meet their needs. Now you can develop your market plan and business model that will suit your target market best. Number 6, run a competitive analysis. One thing is for sure when you start your graphic design business. From my own experience point of view, it's not going to be a walk in the park. Graphic design is a cutthroat industry with plenty of healthy competition. So before you start your own graphic design company, you should study the market carefully. Take a look at how other companies in the industry are running their business. Pay close attention to what makes the most successful firm stand out from the rest. This will help you to understand what you are going to be up against. There are two benefits of studying your competition. 1, so you can figure out how you can offer better service than your competitors. And 2, so you can learn from their mistake and success story. There is nothing wrong with adopting good practices that are successful others in the industry. However, in order to ensure your sustainability, you should be innovative and think outside the box, which is very necessary. Take a look at what others are doing and try to offer something unique. This way, you will be one step ahead of your competition. Point number 7, how you can start your graphic business. Work on pricing. As you are well on your way to starting your very own graphic design company, make sure to do some industry analysis to find out what the going rate is. Gather detailed information about how different services are being priced by other companies in the industry. Then, adopt the best pricing structure for your services. You might need to come in a slightly lower at first in order to build your client and get your name out there. Because when you first started, nobody know you. Yes, you need to create an awareness by not making things hard for your client. As a startup, you will need a solid plan to attract clients. Try not to offer them the best deal, but make sure that you don't go into cheap. Yes, because what you call yourself is what people will call you. You have to prove to your client that you are giving them the best deal and something that will add value. Always remember, many clients will be willing to pay top dollars, nairas, cedis, even for a premium services. So divide your services quality into categories and provide clients what they are willing to pay for. This is very, very necessary. Number 8, keep an eye on the legal aspect. While you are starting your graphic design venture, you make sure that you have to talk with people who had the experience. Learn about the legal requirements associated with setting up a startup business, such as business registration, insurance, and so forth. Talk about the licensing, legal policies in your line of business as well as tax requirements if necessary, depending on the country. There will be a copyright and the trademark issue. Yes, copyright is very even important and the trademark issue. As well as that, you will need to discuss with the designers who really had an experience or lawyers who really knew about the legal terms or the legal procedure. Depending on the size of your business, you should work on your privacy and reform policy, how to handle dispute and other legal issue. You can avoid this in graphic industry. You see some aggressive clients who doesn't even have manners, some don't even have patience. They will address you as if maybe you are begging for them. They will regarded you as someone who even nothing to them. But you need to learn how to handle dispute. You must be a problem solving, you must have a problem solving skills or develop one. So at times, those people who really had experience, you will be able to give a clear understanding of the legal factors involved. Now, let's check number 9. That is, look out for the right professional to expand your business. I said this in my own statement, but I will still need to lay an emphasis on this. If you want to grow your business, you won't be able to do everything all by yourself. At some point, you will need a helping hand. Instead of dealing with 2 or 3 clients at a time, you may be handling 5 or even 10 clients at a time. So keep an open mind about hiring some experts. Don't be selfish. If you are trying to be selfish, you are not selfish to anybody, you are selfish to yourself. Because at later on, you will end up losing some clients. You will try it, you will be trying to meet up with the client expectation. By so doing this, you will not be able to put in all your effort in making a good work for your design for your clients. At the end of the day, you will end up losing your client, or they will lose the capability in you. So you need to form your own team of experts to provide the best service to your target market. If you're expanding your level of services, you will need more manpower. For example, you might be doing great with logo and web design, but you've discovered there is a huge market for animation. Besides, expanding your own skills in that avenue, consider hiring someone who has the expert skills to work on projects that involve animation. So you may have to invest to nurture your team, but in the long run, this will add to your net profit. So have a clear understanding of the expert you will need to expand your business. Let's check in number 10. Here, number 10 on how you can start your graphic business. Get a proper workspace. The type of workspace you have for your business depends on your finances and client base. A lot of successful graphic designers started in their owner homes. Yes, they start in their palace. Some start in their bedroom. You can follow that path if you are not willing to spend too much for an office space at first. However, make sure that your workstation is ideal for doing all the projects required. You should be safe from all interruption and distraction. Then as your business grow, you may want to consider moving to a larger office space to accommodate your employee. So having the right workspace is vital to ensure professionalism and to enhance your productivity. So having a great space will also make a good impression on your clients. But some people, they don't just consider even you on your road, you are at a crowd, you don't know that graphic design has to do with emotions, have to do with mindset, has to do with creativity. You can just come up with something by combining many things together. A graphic design, a graphic designer has to be creative with their mindset. Let's move to number 11. Yeah, number 11, get the right chair. What do I mean by this? You will need a high configuration computer system, even your smartphone, professional apps, and top of the range software to offer the best service to your clients. While some of the basic graphic design software is free of charge, most of the professional application will have one-off price or subscription cost. You need to invest. Look at the Pixel Lab as an example. Let's talk about the smartphone application. look at the Pixel app. We have a photo P, we have photo editor, we have a PS Touch, we have a PSAT, we have a PSCC for smartphone, we have Iblis Paint, we have design, then we still have other enhanced application like editing application like photo. We have image search man and others. All these application, one is having one-time payment, while others are free. You need to invest. Don't just be stingy. You want to acquire knowledge, you need to get to know all these things so as to invest in them. You make your money at the end of the day, so that you remember you have competitor, you have competition to make, you have people you need to beat. That is how to just succeed when it comes to graphic business. And based on this type of services you are going to offer, do some detailed research on the tools you will need to do the job. Invest generously to develop your system so that you can offer a professional service to your clients. I can personally assure you that this will secure a good return on your investment in the long run. Yes. Let's look at number 12. Have an official website. Yes, you need to have one, because one of the important steps in starting your own graphic business company is launching an official website. This is not about opening a blog, and this will serve two purposes for your business. First of all, it will be your point of contact so that your client can find you online. Your client will get in touch with you through your website to ensure or to inquire about quotes and to place their orders. And secondly, your website will be an online portfolio of all your work you have done to date. Use this platform to showcase your best work, and most important, client, as this will build trust and your reputation in the industry. This will allow your potential customer to have a clear understanding of your skills. So take some time to develop a well-designed website for your business. You can learn this by yourself. Hire a reputable CEO company to promote your website online if you don't have knowledge about that. Make sure that when people are looking out for a professional graphic designer on Google, your website appear among the top 10 search results. Let's check the number 13. Have number 13 talking about design your market plan. Yes. What do I mean by this? Marketing is the heart of any business, as we all know. So no matter how good you are at what you do, your skills will useless if you're unable to reach the people who can make use of those skills. So make sure that you have a solid marketing plan and execute it carefully. So you can go for both traditional and non-conventional marketing techniques here. You can invest in billboard. Yes, because it is not about online advertisement alone. I'm broke here to get your name out of there. Social media marketing should also be utilized to grow awareness among your target market. When your brand or your business or your graphic business are not feasible, so it means it will start deteriorating. Before you know it, you will know where to be found. Your marketing plan will depend on the type of customer you are willing to serve. You need to fill that gap. You need to fill that gap, the gap in the society of graphics designers. Because there is a space before you even choose that particular niche. It means there is a space for you which you need to fill. In order to fill that space, you need to garner experience, you need to garner knowledge, you need to learn from experts, you need to build yourself, you need to be proficient, you need to develop your skills, you need to be more creative, and you need to learn how to update and how to evaluate. That will help you to succeed as a graphic designer, choosing graphic design as a niche. So these are the 13 ways on how you can start a graphic design business and succeed in it. And I believe we all learn something from here. If you can follow this strictly, I believe we will all achieve all our aim and objective. Thanks for watching. God bless you. See you in the next class.